joining us on the line right now. He's the congressman for the 1st District, Congressional District of Maryland. He's a doctor. His name is Andy Harris. Congressman Harris, thanks for joining us.
Hey, good morning. Good to be with you.
Well, this is the day that Kathleen Sebelius will go before congressional questioners and tell us exactly what happened. Oh, no. She's going to give us some answers. She's going to talk loosely about some things that might have gone wrong potentially with the Obamacare website. Truthfully, if you were going to be asking the questions, what would you want to know?
The main thing I'd want to know is who made the decision about a month before the rollout to block accessibility to pricing, which really was the thing that apparently just was the straw that broke the camel's back. Look, we've known for 8 months ago. Henry Chow said back in March, we were afraid this was going to be a third world experience. So back in March, they knew things were bad, but then a month before the rollout, they make a major decision to make sure that people can't see the pricing until they enroll and give up their private information. That's a major decision, and we got to know whether that came from the politics wing of the White House or whether that was a substantive policy issue that she made, a decision that she made, and hopefully she can answer that question.
Well, what is your understanding? Because I keep getting different numbers all over the place about how much this website cost to develop. Of course, I guess it's still under development, so the costs are continuing to grow. Do you have a sense of it yet?
We think it's somewhere north of $600 million, but you're right. Apparently they just found another $100 million to spend, and to run this 24/7 project, which is very, very expensive to rejuvenate the website right now. But it's going to be north of $600 million, and I bet when all is said and done, it'll be close to $1 billion. And the interesting thing, the other thing she should answer is when she appeared on CNN, she indicated that she would have needed at least 6 years, 5 years to develop the website, 1 year to test it. And wow, there's no website that takes 6 years to develop.
6 years ago, there was no Twitter, for crying out loud.
Look, Al Gore invented the internet faster than that.
Representative Harris, I watch MSNBC, so you don't have to. And I've seen a bunch of the people over there, either guests, politicians, or the hosts of the shows themselves, say that the reason this website doesn't work is that Republicans in the House, that's you, Representative Harris, you did not free up enough money to do this thing right. You resisted giving them money to roll out the Obamacare website. So how do you respond?
Look, $600 million. There's no one. As they said, the Twitters of the world, that was their entire budget for years. There is no website in the world that should cost $600 million to roll out. So they wanted even more money than that. That's ridiculous.
All right, let me ask you this question, because the other side of this story is that a lot of people are getting notices in the mail that the health insurance that they've always had, that they've been completely satisfied with, the health insurance that the president said they wouldn't have to give up. Remember that?
If you like your private health insurance plan, you can keep your plan. Period.
You remember when he said that? Well, that's apparently not true, and they're now saying that 2 million people have been told they can't have their insurance, and that number is expected to grow dramatically. We were lied to.
Absolutely. There's no question about it. Now they're saying, well, they meant if it was good insurance, Well, who's a government agency is going to determine whether something is good for me or whether I should like it or not? That's what this is all about. It's ultimately control over you and your health care. The government decides what's good health care and what's not, what's good insurance, what's not. But the president, look, he even said period after that. The president in no way, shape, or form modified that statement in any way. He said if you like insurance, you can keep it. And that was an outright lie that now is being walked back. And this is unfortunate. The other thing he said, and I will tell you, is that we have to watch out for is that if you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. Now, he didn't say if you like your hospital, you can keep your hospital. But, up in Concord, New Hampshire, if you like your hospital, that's too bad because it's not covered under Obamacare. You got to drive 25 miles away to Manchester to find a hospital that's covered. And that was reported in CNN this week.
Go ahead.
That's great. I need to go to a hospital. I can't go across the street to the one in my community.
Yeah.
My wife's pregnant. She's got to deliver somewhere. I can't go across the street. I got to drive 25 miles away. You're going to see a whole lot more of that. That's the next shoe to drop. This shoe to drop was, if you like your plan, you actually don't get to keep it. The next one is if you like your doctor, your hospital, you actually don't necessarily get to keep them either.
Representative Andy Harris is our guest, and he is he's the head of the Republican delegation to Congress for the state of Maryland.
The head, the foot, the tail, everything.
But before you were a congressman, Representative Harris, you were a doctor. You still are a doctor. In fact, you came to Washington because of Obamacare, because of that vote that you saw in 2010. Now, I hear a lot of people saying that the best thing, the smartest thing for Republicans to do to win re-election in 2014, because, you know, that's why you're there, Congressman Harris, is to just win the next election. The best thing for you to do is to not do anything. Let Obamacare fail. You are a doctor. You are an elected congressman. Is it really the best thing for you to do to just let it fail, or should you, as a congressman, as a duly elected member of Congress, should you actually be proactively trying to do something along with your party to try to fix Obamacare?
Well, look, we did try to do something. We tried to just delay the individual mandate for a year. You know, let's clean this up. Let's solve these problems. We tried. We offered that, and again, the Democrats and the president refused. They just want to march straight ahead. Well, you know, at some point, if they want to just march straight ahead, you know, maybe the best thing is just get out of the way. You tried to offer them help. This is not ready for prime time. You know, we offered to just delay the individual mandate. Don't force anyone to buy insurance when the products are faulty, when you know, you're going to be losing. You have to give up insurance that you like. You know, this is.
But
we tried to help.
Is it enough?
Turned down. Maybe this time we should just step away and just say, you know what? Let the American people decide, and they will decide, and it's not going to be.
Because ultimately, you can't really fix it until you have the votes to fix it, and it seems that, sadly, that the populace is going to have to get pretty upset about this before that can happen.
Oh, they already are upset. I can show you the emails that I'm getting from people who have lost their policies. Their new policy has much larger deductibles, and the premium's going up 30, 40, 50%. Families write me with $4,000 higher premium next year. I mean, where is a middle-class family going to find $4,000 in the budget when they like the policy they had already?
But at some point, don't the Republicans have to actually offer an alternative that is more than just, we told you so, and let's just delay this? Don't you actually have to say, and here's what we will do to make it better?
We do. We have H.R. 3121. We filed the plan a month ago, you know, and it's ready and waiting. It allows purchasing across state lines to increase competition, bring down prices. It allows individual deductibility for your premium, tax deductibility, just like corporations get. If your employer buys your insurance, you get that deductibility. It covers children up to age 26. It deals with pre-existing condition coverage. I mean, it solves the problems while retaining the good parts of the Affordable Care Act.
This is what we need to hear.
3121, it's already there.
Well, Congressman Andy Harris, always a pleasure to have you on. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Have a good day.